So, hello everyone, welcome back to one of the fresh and engaging episode of Grow with Anshuman. And today, I have very special guest Karishma with me. We had already been interacted in previous conversation, but I again got a chance to come, sit, and discuss something very interesting. So, hi Karishma, how are you doing today?
Yeah, hi Anshuman. I'm doing really great. Thank you for asking. What about you? How are you doing?
Doing pretty insane as usual. Things are going well, and as for
Uh,
more than expected. So, yeah, that's going insane.
Yeah, I could see your videos. I mean, with the different creators, you're very active on social media these days,
Yeah.
creating videos with other YouTubers. I could see them. Great. So, how is it going?
Good, good, pretty well. Now I feel that I should be more active because I do have a sense of responsibility on my shoulders. So, out of that, I used to create a lot of content to just check in how I can give help people to articulate better in terms of job interviews, in terms of excel their personal life, professional life. So, it's going pretty well that way. And I've seen like couple of your blog kind of things. I was literally fascinated to see that you're also experimenting and just doing stuff what you really like to do. That is pretty good. So how does that thing come to you?
It's amazing. I think I told you in the last video that I really love creating vlogs, and since then I've experimenting this thing on my channel, but in the form of short videos. And I would love to tell you that people actually liking it, and I received
Yeah.
a lot of comments saying that, "Ma'am, create your mini English vlog. We do like them." So I'm
Mhm.
feeling happy and excited about them.
Oh, so probably we could see you as an future blogger. Like there are few big names as well, isn't it?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Cool. But I believe that would also take a lot of editing to like if you go for full blog where you'll have to take multiple shots, edits, and put.
Yes, it takes a lot of time actually. Even for a 1 minute short mini English vlog, it took me a lot of time to edit and then that voice over. And sometimes even if you pronounce something wrong, you have to record it again. So it takes a lot of time.
Correct, 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 correct. Got it. However, today, Charisma, I would like to just highlight a topic what I really wanted to discuss about and would like to understand your thought that that is very close to
Mhm.
my heart because some and other way I feel that we have already started our journey maybe 2.5 years back. I have started and you might have also done so before. But initially, we have started with the translation. Having said that, we do have come from the same background, Hindi background, right? So the translation part was always there. So English for us was just translating and translating it too faster so that we can speak on real time basis. So tell me that once you hear this word of thinking in English, what do you think that is it really true? Or is it just a hype? People just used to passionate about that. What do you think about that?
Thinking in English, I feel that it is one of the important perspective about learning English because when we say think in English means we have to stop thinking or translating in Hindi or in our mother tongue.
Hmm.
But usually what happens when some beginner people or any person who has no knowledge about English, when they started learning this language, they find it really difficult that how to form a proper sentence in English itself. So initially, I would say that it is fine that if you translate, I don't think that it's a problem, but the
Okay.
problem is, even if you spend 1 or 2 years with the language and still you are translating before you speak, that's not right. Translation is good in the initial 2 to 3 months, I feel. If somebody
Okay.
is a beginner, he doesn't know that how to say this thing in English, how will he learn it? So I feel it is okay in the beginning. But after some time, after a month or two, when you know that, okay, this is what we have to say this thing. For example, open the door. If somebody doesn't know how to say in English, so he can just translate after a month he knows that okay, this is how we have to say that, then he should start thinking with very simple thought. He can start like simply, I am getting ready, I am feeling hungry, the weather is nice today, I need to make a video. I mean, very small words or thinking doesn't mean that you have to think here only. You can just simply self talk. You can simply explain things about your surroundings. It is basically the form of talking with yourself, whether either it is in mind or maybe out loud. So it totally up to you what kind of way you like it. So for me it was like always self talking. I used to talk to myself a lot whenever I'm free, whenever I'm in a metro. I used to think, while in the metro I couldn't speak loudly, so I used to think that what is happening around me. But now when I am at home or maybe I'm in my comfortable place, I just keep speaking loudly with myself. So this is it for, I mean, this is from my side. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I would pretty resonate with this because we already have started our journey just with this translation only. Because I was able to translate so faster, people would not know that I'm translating. Maybe here
Okay.
and there we got that fluency that now we don't have to even think in that. But back in the mind, if I'll go and set that, what actually did change
Mhm.
from a previous Anshuman to this, maybe from previous Karishma to now, would like to understand your thought that if somebody is starting, do you really think that from day one they can think in English, or is it right way to take this up, or they do need to go through with the certain procedure like we did? We go from translation, then eventually we skilled up, then we now framing the sentence in our head, not need to translate anymore.
As I just mentioned in the beginning, that yes, it's not necessary to think in English from the very first day of your journey, because every person is on different level. For
Hmm.
example, for us, we know a bit about English, we know
Okay.
grammar and many rules about it. But there are people who, I mean, are not that educated. Maybe they left their studies when they're in fifth grade or sixth grade. I think for them it is quite difficult to think in English because they don't know about English. And even government school, the English only starts with the sixth grade, grade six.
Hmm. Hmm.
So obviously, many people they don't know English. For them, I would say that it is fine if you don't know it. You don't need to put a pressure on your mind that you have to speak in English. If somebody not know English, how can they think or speak? This is
Correct.
what I feel. So, for example, if any villager come to me and he asks me that I want to learn English, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
say him that okay, start talking to me in English right now. It's not possible for somebody to speak out of nowhere in English. He has to learn it. He has to understand few concepts. So initially go with the translation and slowly you automatically feel that okay, I know this thing, how to say that. I know it is said that close the door, open the door, I am upstairs, I
Hmm.
want to go outside, pick up my. You will understand those things just within a 2 month if you're consistent with your practice and you really want to learn English. After 2 months, you can just start thinking about English. Does thinking means simply talking about your surroundings. Give name to all the objects around you. Not speak Hindi more. I mean, if you know that it is called darwaza, you can replace it with door. If
Correct.
you know that this is ghadi, replace it with clock. I mean, basic simple words you can start using, because the person who is a beginner, he actually doesn't know even the names of things around him. Even
Correct.
if I would ask you few spices name, you might not able to tell me
True.
because you don't know them. You're not learn in that way.
Correct.
But it is very important because when you know the names around you, it's very easy for you to create a sentence or a structure.
Hmm.
So this is, I think, we should start, and then slowly, gradually, you can start self-talking. You can think about your day in English. That's very easy. Recently, I created one video about how you can memorize your past event
Mm-hmm.
and describe it. It can give you a good self English practice. Why it is helpful? Because you have already a clear picture in your mind that what has happened in the past.
True.
Now it is not that difficult for you to describe. Instead, if I will ask you to narrate something, any story, you might have read it once.
Yep.
You're not that much comfortable narrating that because that's
Correct.
not your story.
True.
People will feel relatable when it is about you, right? So if
Hmm.
you start describing your day, your past day, your memorable day, you will definitely able to speak something. That's for sure.
Got it.
Yeah.
So beginners should start from just memorizing a bit of their surrounding and eventually inculcate those things in their habit. That's what you mentioned earlier. It is very important.
Yes.
Understood.
Yes.
Understood. So before we go more deeper into this, Charisma, I would like to understand that you have already covered more than thousands of podcasts. Congratulations for that. I would like to understand that what was one or two common pattern you have find into the people while talking and understanding, conversating, that where actually they struggle in terms of, just thinking in English. Maybe they could be, not knowing the vocabulary as you mentioned because they're not comfortable enough, the beginner label people. So what is one to two common pattern you have find that this was the reason why they are not able to think in English? Having said that, they do have already on label, like when they are being very comfortable on translation and stuff like us.
Okay, so I think there is no problem. The only one thing I find common in everybody is that they feel really nervous when we connect with strangers.
Okay.
So the communication, it is not about knowing a language. I think it is more about feeling comfortable with the person you're talking to. And that confidence should comes from within. If I'm sitting in front of you, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
able to speak properly just because I mean, if I'm not speaking properly, you might feel that my English is not good. But the reason is that I'm feeling nervous because I know that I'm sitting in front of a person who is very fluent.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the people, they feel nervous and hesitant in front of people. Even I have seen people like, for example, two people are conversing. Now they will ask, hello, how are you? Yeah, I'm fine. And there's a gap in between,
Correct.
because both of them, they feel like other person will speak, he was also thinking at the same time that other person will start.
Correct.
And that is, I think, the gap in the communication actually doesn't like when you see that kind of video, or the people who are talking but they're taking a long pause because of they don't know how to proceed. And sometimes what happens when I connect with the people and I find that some other, for example, even if the video is for other person's channel, so I supposed to feel like, okay, he will start because he's going to post it on his channel. But
Yeah.
at the same time, the person is a beginner and feel really shy that he didn't even start. And I was like, then I don't waste time and I start a video and I just keep on asking questions and make him comfortable. Then he start asking me questions. So that this art of communication, it will take a lot of time, but at least you have to remove your hesitation first. That is the main factor. We
And how
start
do
judging
we?
ourselves before other persons do.
Right. You mentioned two good points, nervousness and this confidence factor. Would like to understand that how someone can be not nervous, even though that is pretty insane. Like everyone should have, if someone is saying that I'm not nervous, so either he or she is telling a lie, because everyone do have this nervousness. Having said that, if he or she is going to talk with someone who is more fluent than this, so how to deal with that situation for beginner or for maybe intermediate people would be helpful.
I
Yo,
think the one practical way of removing nervousness is that you can practice beforehand. Like before you appear in
true.
the video or for a conversation, if you will go through one, two, three times like practice session with yourself, maybe in front of the mirror or just like kind of mock interview.
Mm-hmm.
If you will practice like that, you have that more confidence because you have speak those same, you have already spoken those words while practicing. So
Okay.
now you feel more confident delivering that same kind of speech.
Mm-hmm.
That is why when people appear for public speech, they practice it once or twice,
True.
right?
Hmm.
So that is one thing which can help them. Second is that they have to just change their mindset. People have that kind of judgmental mindset. Before the other people judge them, they start judging themselves. No,
Correct.
yaar, I'm not that confident. I might not be able to pronounce this word wrong, matlab, correct. I might not be able to handle this situation. So just remove all those negative thoughts and just fill your mind with the positive thoughts. Always follow the optimistic approach when it comes to conversation or anything, I think. So if they will do these two things, definitely they can train their mind not to hesitate and be comfortable whatever you are. First of
True.
all, self acceptance, we call it. Sometimes people not sure about their looks, their personality, the way they communicate, so they have a lot of self doubt whether I'll be able to do that or not. So just accept yourself, whatever, whoever you are. So then you may feel confident about you, and then you may able to present yourself in a good way.
Lovely, lovely. This nervousness you mentioned pretty well. However, I also pretty resonate with this because majority of time initially what I was thinking that what if I this would go wrong? What if he or she is be judging me? But the moment I, shifted my focus from myself to other self, how would I able to communicate? How would I able to ask questions? How would I able to make sure to get enough value out of this conversation? The things started getting changed. And obviously it is not like we cannot do it because it's not a cakewalk for us. We'll have to consciously do the practice. By certain
Ye-
repetition and preparation, we can actually beat the anxiety. So if you are watching this video,
Yes.
make sure to take at least one or two things out of that, because otherwise this video will again go to YouTube. You would see the whole video and again, you would be not taking the practical action. Even the Charisma, I already in every of the conversation I try to stick to a point so that people can actually get one or two things. I believe we are already fulfilled our motive because we are able to change in themselves. We are just talking, and if they're just listening, okay, after that I'll go and do other stuff, doesn't make sense. So please make sure to write down one simple thing you're going to take out of this video and start implementing by today. Anyways, let's come to the point again. You already mentioned a good point about nervousness. However, I would like to know the basic confidence that people do carry. Few people are very confident, right? You have seen, even I do feel that I'm also enough confident to speak on any of the topic from childhood. I don't know how did I get this, but I would like to know your thought and ideology that how people build the confidence, not only in terms of English spoken, in general.
I think generally confidence comes when you face those difficult situations of your personal life. I mean, it doesn't mean that you are sitting and learning about confidence through books or watching videos and you
Hmm.
will gain confidence. It's not going to happen. You just have to face real life challenges. I feel those are the true challenges which make you confident in life. When you are very confident in life, you can build your confidence in everything. This is what I am telling you about because of my personal experiences. I remember my childhood, it was not that easy. It was so challenging. I have faced multiple challenges in my life and I faced them maybe the time when I was facing those challenges, I was actually nervous. But just
Correct.
after overcoming that one challenge, second time I was like literally very confident. So confident, I think one is facing your fears basically. Whatever
Hmm.
you fear, just face it. You will face one first time you might feel nervous, second time you might feel a bit confident, third time definitely you will become confident. That is
True.
100% practical method I'm telling you. Second is that enhance your knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, you're not able to speak something. You have to have a bit of knowledge about everything, I feel. For example, we watch news, so I
Hmm.
think every person should aware about the surroundings, what is happening right now. For example, right now we are talking out of nowhere. If you will ask me some question about what is happening in Delhi, or what is, if I don't know, how will I communicate? I will definitely feel nervous, no matter how confident person I am, but I don't have a knowledge about that particular thing, I'm gonna feel nervous. And people can definitely see it on your face.
Correct.
So knowledge and face your fears. Two things can definitely help you boost your confidence.
And do you also feel that just accepting some of the time that we are not knowing this thing is a bad or good thing? Because I believe that some of the time just saying that boss I don't know is pretty fine. And people often take it, no, no,
That
I'll
is
have to answer
really
it.
good thing.
Yeah.
That is good thing, but people don't have guts to say that. That's the problem. People don't
Correct.
have that guts. Nobody wants to accept that they don't know something because they feel that other people might judge them, or maybe if you are on social media, people will judge you. But I think that is one of the best way to escape these kinds of situation. Or it will also boost your confidence for the next time. Saying no is a very good thing, but people don't know how to say that.
Just simply say no, I don't know. Anyways.
I do that. I do that. Sometimes I do that.
Yeah.
That time I feel really confident because if I don't know something and I'm still trying to speak about it, I will create a mess actually. So
True.
better than creating a mess, accept it that you don't know this thing. That's fine.
Right. And I believe because people are not able to self accept it themselves before they just gonna to just validate from others, I believe that is the one root cause of that. You mentioned it earlier too.
Yeah.
Got it, got it. You mentioned and highlight one thing that we do have to have a good knowledge about particular things. Doesn't matter we are even associated with that or not. So there is a very famous quote, like, would like to know your thought over there that if you'll have two choices, jack of all trade, master of none. Second is jack of none, master of some. What would you prefer and why?
No, I don't say that jack of all trade. I
Okay.
just want you to have a bit of information about your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not asking you to keep knowledge about what is happening in America or in the US or maybe another countries, but at
True.
least the country where you are living in, you should aware. For example, that any major case is going on in the city and you're not aware about it. People will find you fool. People will say that he doesn't have any knowledge.
Correct.
So, or also you cannot talk with them.
Mm-hmm.
So it is important, but it doesn't mean that you have to become a master in it. No, it's not your job. But being a citizen of a particular country, you should have a basic knowledge about your country. Like you should have a basic knowledge about your human rights. I mean, it's important. I'm not saying to know the rules of other countries, but the country where are you living in, it is important that you should know what
Correct.
kind of law we follow and what kind of human rights we are getting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking.
Got it. So social awareness is very important, like what is going around into the surrounding and just knowing basic
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
However, in general, if again
Basics.
I'll have to ask that maybe you do have certain interest on multiple things. Maybe you wanted to create content, you do have your own professional job, you do have few more things to pursue as an maybe as an professional passion. So would you rather go 50-50% or maybe 20-20% among all those interest areas what you're working, or you would be dedicatedly giving your 100% to a single thing and trying to be manage all those stuff?
See, I have to be good at one particular skill,
Mm-hmm.
110%, not even 100%. I have to be good into one thing. And if I'm good at that one thing, I should know every aspect of about that particular thing which is associated with. But if I'm talking about having good knowledge about your surroundings, it doesn't mean that you have to be 50-50 and you have to, daily you have to read or learn about it, but at least you should learn something every day. And if you're a person kind of attitude you have that you want to learn something every day, definitely you will enhance your knowledge every day. How people learn, they just enhance their knowledge. That is the only way of learning. They don't practically do things in life. For example, if I'm learning that how to operate this machine, it doesn't mean that I will become a mechanic of this.
True.
But we all know the household electric work. Like if I will ask you that please repair this plug, you might able to do that because that's a normal thing. It
Correct.
doesn't mean that you have to get the degree in electronics, or you know
True.
the all things which an electrician is doing. But having said that, I just want you to have a basic knowledge which at least a human can do. You know that in other countries, people do everything by themselves.
True.
There's no house help, no electrician. Even they do paint their house.
Hmm.
So at the same time, if you would say that I don't know painting, it's not true. You know, even you can do, but
Correct.
it's just that you don't want to do, right?
Makes sense.
I did that also, I think, in my life once because that time I
Okay.
was like I did not find any person. I said that my childhood, it was not that smooth. It was
Mm-hmm.
quite challenging. So we didn't have that much money to, call a carpenter and pay that money for paint. So my mom and I decided to paint my whole house, and we did that. I
Okay.
think it's a few years ago. So we have a 50 square foot house,
Okay.
and my mom and I both painted that really well. So
Amazing.
we can do anything if we want. It's not, I mean, if people say that we can't do these things, it's just an excuse. I again say that it's not about getting a degree of something, it is just having a basic knowledge which every human can do. You can definitely do that thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's more about this willingness to do, as you mentioned that they actually don't want it.
Willingness.
Understood. Understood. Got
For
it.
example, I'll give you an example. Whenever
Yeah.
my washing machine it got any error or something, I just go to YouTube, watch what kind of error it is and how to fix it, and I fix it automatically by myself. And many household women, they are actually doing it.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean that they become a very expert into it and they have to, focus 50%. No, it's just a task. Come for a minute. We just check it if whether we are able to do it or not. If you're able to do it, definitely you should try.
Got it. And I believe if you could solve this simple problem in your life, you'd be far confident from those people who just only give the
Yes.
excuse, isn't it?
Yes, yes. These small things boost your confidence into daily life because you feel, for example, when I do that, my mother-in-law, she feels, wow, she's really good. She knows how to do that.
Okay.
Even sometimes when she find any difficulty in the mobile phone, like it's not happening, when I am able to solve it, she's like very happy about me. I mean, wow, she's able to do that also. I become confident because somebody is appreciating me in that way. So why not to do such small things into day-to-day life and, grow your confidence every day?
Correct. And I believe one more habit, what it essentially will boost their confidence. If we have already given a promise to ourselves and we are able to somehow fulfill it, we feel immense confidence. I have seen this
Yes.
in me that I have, just certain to-do list for myself. And end of the day, if I would able to achieve that, and if I will able to repeat it for let's suppose a month, boss, I feel like I'm Brahmasmi wala scene ki I am the whole
Same
answer of the
here.
things. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yes, I can resonate with you because I think last to last month I've decided that I would read books,
Mm-hmm.
and I read I think 2 to 3 books I finished in a month, and I was so happy and I was feeling like wow, I did something really nice. That helped me to boost my confidence.
Lovely. So I believe if learners are watching that, they should start from themselves only, isn't it? They should look into
Yes.
that what is missing. Firstly, accept where you are, know your label, and
Hmm.
then start gradually, maybe from just here and there, know the words, start building your vocabulary a bit. Not more fancy
Yes.
Sasi Tarur wala English, but at least basic one which you can
Yes.
inculcate in your daily communication and eventually. But believe me, if you have already done a kind of promise with yourself, maybe for 2 to 5 minute reading every day or speaking, make sure to do it. Otherwise, externally you would be seeking for validation. Internally, you are like just faking the thing. You can never ever feel confident. Charisma, is
Yes.
that the right
Definitely,
way to
it's
think?
true.
All right, cool,
Yes,
cool, cool.
100%.
So, sure, like even before ending this conversation, since we have already covered so many things, however, I just wanted to make this conversation think in English, but we have already covered those things initially that how beginners should start and would
Yes.
like to again, know your takeaway that tell us a step-by-step procedure. Maybe you can talk in 3 steps that this and this you
Not
should go
three
for
step,
that.
I will tell you in 4 to 5 steps. So the very
Go ahead.
first step is start with simple thought.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go for complicated or complex ideas immediately. Just
Okay.
start with the small words like I'm reading, I'm watching, I'm eating, I'm hungry, I want to go outside, I want to make a video like this. Second step, start talk to yourself in English. Initially, obviously, you can't talk to others because there's a nervousness, confidence issue, and many other things. So
Mm-hmm.
initially, you can start talking to yourself. For example, like when you are doing something, just explain it that I'm making tea, I'm checking my phone, I'm talking to Anshuman, I am sitting in my room, like this. Start talking to yourself. Name everything around you, as I already mentioned. What is this window call? I mean, it is called window, obviously. Darwaza, door, diwar, wall. Many people even they don't know that we call it wall. So start with your home. You will find many new words, and you feel it very familiar after some time. So do that. Then start thinking about your day in English. What did I do today? What I'm doing now, and what will I do tomorrow? That's how you can, because it's your life. When you talk about yourself, you will be able to speak more
True.
instead of other rest of the things.
Mm.
So, just for example, like you can say that I woke up at 6 a.m., then I went for a walk. Now I'm working on my YouTube videos, like this. And then you can slowly start watching English videos. And I would suggest you to follow that shadowing initially, where you have to pause the video, start repeating. When you speak something, you automatically get confidence.
Correct.
When you say one word, one line without fumbling, even if you are just listening and repeating it, you feel confident.
Mm.
Do this. And then I would suggest, it's my personal choice, that you can keep a small English diary where you can just write down about your day, your feelings, your goals, and anything what you feel like, because that's how you will, organize your thought. While you speak, you're not able to organize your thought because you are in a hurry, you are in a like delivering something, and you don't have that much time. But when you write, you have enough time to think and use good words, appropriate words, and form a proper structure. So just write your day, feelings, and goals structure wise, and then come to the final part where you have to stop translating word to word. Now you, if you will follow all these 4 5 process, you will be able to speak or form sentences by yourself. Now you have to stop translating word by word. And I know initially it will feel very slow, but after a week your brain will automatically produce English sentences. And you can just try this, and maybe you can take this 7 day challenge, do all these things for 7 days or maybe 15 days. You will see, definitely you will see improvement.
Lovely. Perfect. You have already given all the scripts. I don't need to again specifically tell something else. Thank you again, Karisma, for briefing us and sharing your insightful thought around this thing in English and various aspect of life, building confidence, nervousness, experience. I literally enjoyed the conversation ahead. I believe the learner who are watching our video till the very end, they would have got a lot of things. So make sure to implement and write down at least one or two things what you're gonna start from today, because that's where your life gonna change. So again, thank you so much for being here and sharing your thought.
Thank you so much, Anshuman, for inviting me on your channel. Even I feel really happy because it's been really a long time since I creating video here in my bedroom. It's been more than 15 days.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was at my mom's house for the last 15 days. Day before yesterday only I came back Gurgaon. Now I will start working from today only.
Oh, all right. All right. Got it. Okay. Then thank you. Thank you again. Bye bye. Have a great day ahead. I'll just
Okay, bye bye.